passing touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm going to say more. I really like what the Steelers do offensively. Also, this Bengals defense is a relatively boring defense when it comes to coverage. Rodgers down in the red zone has been great making plays with his feet. I'm going to say more.
Hawk, Joe Flacco number, 239.5 passing yards in his second game in Cincinnati. Where do we go?
I'm going to go less here. I think this Pittsburgh defensive front gets after him, and the reason why Flacco is in Cincinnati is because they know when he gets pressure, he does not move well because he is 40-plus years old. So I'm going to say give me less on Joe Flacco.
All right, and then what's that going to mean for Jamar Chase is the question, Dan. His total is 76.5 receiving yards.
Yeah, I'm going to say more. This is an offense pass game-wise that force feeds Jamar Chase the football, and rightfully so. I actually thought Joe Flacco threw the ball relatively well against the Green Bay Packers and kept them in the game. Jamar Chase is going to get plenty of opportunities tonight, and I'm going to say that he's going to get more.
So we're going to recap this. We got Rodgers, the over on his passing touchdowns. We got Flacco, the under on his yardage total. Jamar Chase, the over. If you like those, they're a parlay on the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app at plus 814. Look for the more or less featured parlay on the homepage and in the parlay lounge. So that's one side of it. Let's take a look at some of the pictures. The Steelers are a team that, for considering their record, no one is paying any attention to or taking seriously. Show me what their offense looks like to you.
Absolutely love the offense. I call it creatively cautious. It's going to start with their 6 offensive line and tight end package. 6 offensive linemen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are 6 offensive linemen. And then that double tight end grouping, mainly starring Darnell Washington. I love how much they've evolved this grouping and also what they're doing out of it. Now, if you think about it from a defensive perspective, you got all those big bodies on the field. How about this? You get offensive linemen, double team, double team, double team. You get a back going downhill with the ball and Rodgers faking it to the defense, okay? And then all you're going to do is take Darnell Washington, you slip him through, and there's a corner. The play action pass and also getting Rodgers on the move away from the bad people, that's absolutely spectacular. This is something that they've evolved since the first week they presented that 6 offensive line group. Second thing is this. Their offense is quick game, meaning mirrored concepts. They're going to go out route, stick route. Okay, stick route, stick route, stick route. These are mirrored concepts, okay? Rodgers is going to take the most free access or easy throw. If you go up top to DK Metcalf, Rodgers is reading this inside out. That corner playing off, he's just going to pitch and catch this throw to DK Metcalf. He sees every type of defense, and then yards after the catch. 224 yards after the catch for DK Metcalf this season, leads wide receivers. So 6 offensive line package. Then that quick game, which is getting the ball out of his hands, and then it's DK one-on-one. If you're going to play DK one-on-one, that's when they're going to take their shots. The corner's playing off. Rodgers sees this. We call it a sluggo. That ball is going to be pump fake to DK. That corner jumps it, and it's an easy touchdown pass for their offense. This is an offense last year, if you remember, I was like, they can't beat the meaningful teams in football. This year, it's cautious, and it's somewhat simple, but it's creative because the different things they're doing off of their personnel or jumbo personnel groupings. And then the reason why their pass game can be simple is because Rodgers knows exactly what the defense is doing, and he's finding DK Metcalf almost every situation.
That's so well done. Let's get the guys in here and talk about this game and this team a little bit. The thing that I notice on that tape is we've done a bunch of tapes this morning, how perfectly thrown those balls are. I know we're just picking a few plays. Rodgers still has that, though, right? He still places the ball so perfect.
Yeah, and 1, it's happening quickly, and 2, he's not getting hit, and that's the thing. He can still throw it, and that's the premise of, I think, what they're doing is like if they keep him upright, they feel very comfortable with their offense.
This was supposed to be a team, Will, that was going to play great defense. They were going to, there's the Steeler formula, run the ball with that heavy package, and ask Rodgers to do just enough. The defense did not start this season holding up its end of the bargain, but they're getting better. So is this a Pittsburgh team that as we head towards Halloween and Thanksgiving, we should be taking more seriously?
Absolutely. I still believe it's their division to lose. And like you were just saying, the first part, the first 4 games of the season, the defense was not playing very good at all. But over these last 2 weeks, especially last week, they get like 6 sacks. They're creating a lot more pressure. They're playing a lot better in the back end. They're running the football well. DK Metcalf and Aaron Rodgers, they've clearly gotten going. The Steelers team is tough, and they've just got to keep the consistency going.
As we put the picks up on the screen and we consider the possibility of a surprise tonight, and I know the Bengals look desperate and they've just brought in a new quarterback and everything else. Everyone is on the Steelers. Let me just give you one cause for pause. B23, Mike Tomlin, in his career, Thursday nights on the road, 2-9.
Wow.
Last time the Steelers won on the road on a Thursday was 2016. Since then, they've lost 4 straight, including last year to the Browns in the snow when Cleveland was really struggling. Does that give anyone pause?
Yeah, it gives me pause. I think in division also on Thursday Night Football, they're 0-6. Like, I sat there yesterday on the phone, they're like, who you got? I'm thinking, I know that stat, maybe go Bengals, but then I think through the film, what the Bengals have versus what the Steelers have, how the defense has played so much better, how they have 20 sacks as an entire defense, and that's second most in the NFL, only behind the Denver Broncos.
Your brain tells
My
you.
brain is saying,
Steelers,
there's no way.
Tells you.
That stat is screaming at me in the face, and I'm going to sit here next Thursday and be like, I knew it, and I didn't call it.
I was looking at last week with the Giants and Eagles, too.
It's another week where
we sit here every week, and we're like, this is a boat race. This is that. And then we come in the next week and be like, they did it to us again, man.
The illogical always happens in the NFL. We'll see if the Steelers are able to buck all those trends tonight. As we continue, it's CD.
Barry Sanders.
Hawk, give me a bold prediction.
You're not going to like this, Greeny, but the Jets will go winless for the rest of this season. Look, I am an expert in this department. I was an integral part of 1-31 stretch for the Cleveland Browns. This is also a fact. I was a scout.
My brother!
For the
Integral part.
I was a scout for the 0-16 Lions in 2008. That's a real fact. And so I know what I'm looking at here. So me, Greeny, and Himbo are working on a book called Got Your Losers. Not to be confused with Got Your Legends.
Oh, my goodness. Taylor, give me a bold prediction.
I don't know how bold of a take this is, but Mike Vrabel and the New England Patriots are going to head down south to Nashville, Tennessee this weekend, and they're going to beat the Tennessee Titans by double digits.
Vrabel wants this one bad.
Vrabel wants this one more than he needs air at this point in his life. He's handling the press conference great. He talks about interesting versus important. This game is both interesting and important to him. Drake May is playing. His confidence level is at an all-time high. Everyone said it's going to take one more year. He's shown that the confidence he's crushing right now. 361 yards and 3 touchdowns last week.
Will, give me one.
I got the Eagles' 3-game losing streak incoming against the Vikings. So you look at their record 4-2. It's a pig with lipstick. CeeDee Lamb catches the deep ball. They win that game. If their field goal block unit doesn't come up big against the Rams and block that last-second kick, Rams win. There's some debates there in the Bucs game. This team could easily be 1-5. They're struggling defensively, offensively. Jalen Hurts doesn't throw the football. They're not running the ball well with Saquon. So I got a third straight loss coming this week.
Well, we haven't seen them in a while, so it feels like that conversation has died down a little bit. But certainly in Philadelphia, it remains loud, and Jalen Hurts was talking about it. Here he is on the state of the offense after back-to-back losses.
I think there is urgency. Obviously, I have urgency. It starts with me, and it starts with the direction we get from KP and how we want to be, how we want to establish ourselves. And so we all have to help each other. We got to play together as a group. So you're going to have physical mistakes. You're going to have some missed opportunities. You're going to have those things happen. You live with those things, but the things that take no talent, that's what you have to correct before, you kind of learn how to not lose.
All right, so with the use of our awesome LED floor, we're going to show you a little bit of what the problem has been. Dan, I'm Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
Only in that I'm standing where the quarterback would be. The line of scrimmage is the 10-yard line, which is right here.
Yep.
What do these dots mean?
These are Jalen Hurts' completions this season. And if you see, everything is short and really towards the numbers at each sideline. The glaring thing is the ball doesn't get thrown in the middle of the field, which has kind of been Jalen for a while. The saying their pass game is predicated on their run game. This is the perfect example. Two different versions, though. Seattle Seahawks, their pass game is predicated upon their run game because it's a play-action-centric pass game. The Eagles' pass game is predicated on one-on-ones on the outside. And so the reason that Jalen doesn't throw the football in the middle of the field is twofold. You want to run the football as the Eagles, the offense.
Right.
You're Jalen Hurts, okay?
Right.
You're struggling to run the football, meaning we play with two safeties defensively, okay? We play with a safety here, play with a safety here. The place you want to throw the football in that defense is the middle field. The number one way to do that is run play action. You get linebackers closer to where you are.
Right.
Safeties are deep. Then this would be the area Jalen Hurts should throw the ball. They don't run play action in Philadelphia, okay? Now, the reason why the run game matters so much is if they run the football, we have to bring another person as a defense closer to you, and then this would create some of these one-on-ones to the perimeters on the outside, which is where Jalen